Have you ever wondered why your money doesn't go as far as it used to? Or how the entire economy works? Stick around for a quick and clear guide to basic economic concepts explained in simple, everyday terms. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell before you leave. I wanted to remind you that I will be posting every Monday and every Friday of every week, so stay tuned. Hey there, welcome back to my YouTube Talks. So let's jump right into demand. Think of it as the want or need for something in the market from consumers. Demand simply refers to the quantity of a good or service that consumers are willing and able to purchase at various prices over a specific period of time. Therefore, it's all about how much of something people want and how much they're willing to pay for it. Demand is typically represented by a demand curve on a graph. The curve shows the relationship between the price of a good and the quantity demanded. Generally, as the price of a good decreases, the quantity demanded increases, and vice versa. This is known as the law of demand. Several factors can influence demand, including consumer preferences, income levels, the prices of related goods, and even the expectations about future prices. So let's take a closer look at some examples for each of these factors. Let's start with consumer preferences. If people suddenly preferred electric cars over gasoline cars due to environmental concerns, then the demand for electric cars will increase. For income, a good example would be when people's incomes rise, they can afford to buy more goods and more services, and this increases overall demand. You must also consider the demand for a good can be affected by the prices of related goods. For example, if the price of coffee rises, then the demand for tea might increase as people switch to the cheaper alternative. Also, if consumers expect prices to rise in the future, they might buy more of a good now, increasing current demand. Understanding demand is crucial for businesses and policymakers. Businesses use demand to set prices and plan production, while policymakers analyze demand to make informed decisions about economic policies. So, knowing how demand works helps you to understand consumer behavior and market trends. Speaking of production, it's time to slide into supply. In simple terms, supply refers to the quantity of a good or service that producers are willing and able to sell at various prices over a specific period of time. So it's all about how much of something businesses are ready to provide to the market. Supply is typically represented by a supply curve on a graph. The curve shows the relationship between the price of a good and the quantity supplied. Generally, as the price of a good increases, the quantity supplied also increases, and vice versa. And this is known as the law of supply. Several factors can influence supply, including production costs, technology, the prices of related goods, and the expectations about future prices. So let's take a closer look at each of these factors. Let's start with production costs. If the cost of raw materials or labor increases, then the supply of a good may decrease because it becomes more expensive to produce. Advances in technology can increase supply by making production more efficient. For example, automation can reduce the time and cost of producing goods. The supply of a good can be affected by the prices of other goods. For example, if the price of corn increases, farmers might allocate more land to grow corn instead of wheat, reducing the supply of wheat. If producers expect higher prices in the future, they might hold back some of their current supply to sell it later, and this will reduce the current supply available to consumers. Understanding supply is crucial for businesses and policymakers. Businesses use supply information to determine production levels and set prices, while policymakers analyze supply to make informed decisions about economic policies. So, knowing how supply works helps you to understand production behavior and market trends. The more you know about how economic principles like supply and demand work, the more empowered you'll be to make informed decisions in your everyday life. Whether you're buying groceries, investing in stocks, or running a business, having a solid grasp of these concepts can help you navigate the financial world with confidence. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next video to your left.